I had the pleasure of working with Truett Cathy for over 10 years, and his son Dan and Jimmy Collins, and all of them were there to teach you much more than my pleasure. They were there to teach you how to be good humans, how to be excellent business people, and how to understand what is going well, what needs corrected, and how you can truly care about people. It's more about people, and the profits will follow. Almost every CEO I talk to wants a culture of high performance like a Chick-fil-A. Why can't that be done everywhere? What are some of the lessons that I learned from the founder of Chick-fil-A, Truett Cathy? Wouldn't you want raving fans, billions of dollars of profitable revenue? Truett was a true gentleman, cared about people. Every single person that he interacted with, whether it be the president of the mall developer, the president of a construction company, Jimmy Carter, the president of the United States, or it be a brand new high school student who has their Chick-fil-A uniform on for the first time and hasn't even started work. Truett cares about people. The Chick-fil-A culture cares about people. As it went from Truett to Jimmy Collins to Dan Cathy and now Andrew Cathy, everyone is special to them. Every single customer, every single employee, every single partner supplier is like family. And one of the wonderful things I learned was if you hire the best people, they will attract the best customers. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others. Sometimes it's a little faster than others. But if you wait that game out, and Truett knew time was on his side, Dan knew time was on his side, and for sure Andrew, being a young man, has many decades ahead of him to lead the family business and continue that business model. In this video, I'm going to unpack the 6 principles that made Chick-fil-A legendary with its culture, its raving fans, and its result. The first one is be a good steward with all their resources. We used to say that a little differently back decades ago, but I believe that's what it's shortened to today. And being a good steward means taking care of all of your assets, having them in good maintenance, taking care of your people, understanding what they're going through. Maybe not prying into what happens at their home, but understanding when they come to work, how can they be their best self when they're behind the counter, when they're interacting with clients, when they're interacting with customers, when they're interacting with each other. I won't use names, but you can go to other limited restaurants and see where teammates do not appreciate each other, don't care about each other, and you just won't see that at a Chick-fil-A near you. The second principle would be long-term relationships. It gets back to those people again. My experience as inside Chick-fil-A and then over the decades later of being outside the organization was they care about their partners, they care about their suppliers. I was told a story, I don't know if this was absolutely true, but it would be absolutely a principle that I could see happening at Chick-fil-A. At a time when the avian flu was going through the poultry herds and flocks of the United States, chicken was extremely expensive. Truett was there because of being a good steward and helped some of the poultry farms through times where they might have gone bankrupt or they needed to lay off employees. That is taking care of your long-term relationships. That would also be in my life, as I still have many friends from the Chick-fil-A corporate staff, Chick-fil-A owner-operators. Most of them are retiring that are my age now, but we still have 4 decades of relationship. Once your family, and that's a great principle to have. Third is hospitality. They're famous for instituting my pleasure. They're famous for instituting seeing the customer having trouble walking across the dining room, and proactively, it's a mindset. It is not, because one employee is nice and it's their grandmother walking with a cane. That is just instilled in the culture there of being gracious, being hospitable. So in this particular event that comes to mind, the lady got up, had a cane, forgot some ketchup. The employee behind the counter saw that and immediately said, "I'll get you the ketchup," please go sit down and enjoy your meal. Those little things are being in the moment. Principle number 4 is be accountable for your own results. You have an organization with tens of thousands of employees, and it's instilled in the culture. You're accountable for your results. How does that happen? The CEO has a clear vision. They have clear values, mission, and purpose. They have tremendous training, wonderful, repeatable processes. And then you have an individual who knows what their job is, understands what a good day's pay for a good day's work is, and goes about serving those customers and serving each other, whether it be in the kitchen, at the counter, through the drive-through, or walking across the parking lot picking up a piece of litter. Everybody understands they need to be held accountable to reach that high standard of a high-performance, caring culture. Number 5 is treat others the way you would want to be treated. Sounds so simple, but it's so difficult to do in the moment. When you have a new acquaintance or you have a long-standing customer, treat them both the same. You care for them. They're a human being on the other side of that counter. Instilling that in your business, the same thing. You're in a meeting, you're frustrated, you're not getting the results. It's not to take advantage or abuse that person. How do we remove those obstacles? How do we give them the right process? How do we give them the right training to truly drive that accountability at the individual level across tens of thousands of people? Number 6, and I have a good story for this one, is in having fun, Truett had reserved a go-kart park for all of the employees and all the people from Chick-fil-A that had traveled to this place to have the grand opening in Texas. And the go-kart park owner suggested that we were a little late, and Truett said, well, I reserved it for the whole night. And the owner said, oh, yes, you did, sir. And for the next few hours, we had the great joy of racing go-karts around this go-kart park. No other customers, just our local team and corporate staff and corporate people that were there for the grand opening. And to me, that was a lot of fun. And Truett loved motorcycles, go-karts, cars, anything with a motor. Truett was there for it. So have fun. That brings that high-performance culture together. That lets you understand more about the unique personalities of every individual and treat everyone, no matter what their title or what their ego might be, treat them all the same. If you'd like to learn more about a high-performance culture, 4 of our content partners spent over 4 decades as corporate leaders within the Chick-fil-A business. Come join us inside CEO Zones for their videos, their articles, and an interaction with them live during webinars, appinars, and one-on-one coaching. The first link below would be how you could learn more and join our online community.